Hi. So this person asked an excellent question, and I wanted to give myself the opportunity to think through what my answer for this would be. So I've thought through it, and I've narrowed down my advice for deconstructed Christians to 3 things. And so this is my top 3 pieces of advice for a deconstructing Christian on how to maintain a good relationship with their faith. First, you have to let your faith outgrow the church and the Bible. And by this, I mean that the church gives you a very specific and narrow perspective of who God is, and so does the Bible. And in order to continue to grow in your faith and in your understanding of who God is, you have to let Him, her, them out of that box. And as a part of letting God out of that box, my second piece of advice is that you have to learn to recognize that God is in your gut. The evangelical church is really great at teaching you a disembodied theology, and I think that that is wrong for so many reasons. But there is something so holy and gritty about relearning how to see and hear God through your embodied experience. Learn that God is in your gut and trust your gut. And finally, my third piece of advice is to learn and to get comfortable with the fact that deconstruction never ends. I think there's a temptation in the deconstructing community to talk about reconstructing. And I know that that is helpful language for a lot of people, but for me personally, I haven't found it helpful because I don't think that there's a single time that I can say my deconstruction journey stopped. I think that I'm constantly deconstructing. As I deconstruct, I reconstruct as well. I take one brick down and I put up another, and then I take another one down and I put up another. It's a constant process that makes me unafraid to question, to doubt, because I know it's a part of all of it. And if you think about God in terms of a relationship, as the evangelical church really loves us to do, at no point do you figure out your relationship with someone. You're constantly working on it, asking questions, getting to know them deeper. Even people that I've known my entire life, I'm still in pursuit of relationship with them, unlearning things about them, relearning things about them. And that's something that we should be really comfortable with. So those are my top 3 tips on how to stay strong in your faith as a progressive Christian and as a deconstructing Christian. Let your idea of God outgrow the Bible and the church. Learn that God is in your gut, and to be okay with the fact that deconstruction never ends.